Now John Levine continues with what he and Commander Rutledge found in the 3-mile-long ancient craft on the back dark side of our moon.
So what is the discussion in detail back in 1976 between you and Commander Rutledge about this extraordinarily beautiful Polynesian-looking preserved female in one of the cockpit chairs?
Neither of us could understand how could she possibly be that well preserved.
And what is it that you're looking at first?
Her skin was all intact, and she was wearing clothing, a dress of some sort, possibly a jumpsuit type of thing. And it seemed to be very much intact, no deterioration at all to speak of.
What about those tubes on her face?
Well, William Rutledge believed that they had to do with controlling the spaceship.
That those tubes on her face were controlling from her mind this huge 3-mile-long craft, and she was the pilot, and the gray was like a co-pilot?
Well, they had a control panel that looks like you put your hands on it. And apparently the controls, the ship's computer, interfaced directly with the pilots.
Okay, and we saw that in Roswell. The 6-fingered panels. I've talked with both scientists and military people who have confirmed for me they've had their own hands in those panels from 47. There were 6 fingers on those particular beings.
5 fingers with opposing thumb.
So that would match what came down in Roswell.
Yes.
Did you and William Rutledge then have discussions about those facts, and did you have information from NASA about look for 6-fingered embedded panels as control of the ship?
I received practically no briefing because I got there just in the nick of time for the flight. I'm sure Rutledge may have been highly trained and have had those discussions with NASA. We had guessed that the ship had been there perhaps millennia and maybe longer.
I was going to ask you if today, have you learned from any analysis that has been done how old this big, huge 3-mile-long spacecraft, how long has it been there? How old might it be?
There have been guesses tossed around that it might be 1 million years old, might have been 100 million years old. I've even heard 1 billion years old.
And that this female was still in the pilot's chair, preserved?
Absolutely amazing, stunning.
How?
Technology beyond ours.
All of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money, he goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Whenever we get ready, show me the cover of that book. Let me see the cover of that book. Look at that. America is the true old world. Interesting. We're going to find out some history about us. That our leaders miseducated us on purpose, by design. Said we were going to do it. Page 67, second paragraph at the top.
67, second paragraph.
America is the true old world. Page 67, George Washington said something.
The European Mason took a blood oath to never reveal to the children of the Moors who they truly were. As Azim Hopkins Bay quotes in his book, "What your history book failed to tell you," George Washington, and that's in quotes, chairman of the Continental Congress, is documented saying, if we would agree to fezzes and the turbans, off the Moors' heads and remove and remove the sandals from their feet and enforce it with severe punishment, and also swear a death oath between ourselves to religiously and faithfully not allow anyone's children whom they really are or who their forefathers were.
What?
And only allow the Moorish children to be taught that they were truly black people and colored folks. George Washington stated that 200 years from today, the Moorish people would not know their nationality nor the national name of their forefathers. Also, they would not know from which land or ancestors that they descended from. End of quote.
Oh my days. Oh my diddy. The ocean holds many secrets. And in 1985, just off the island of Yaguni in Japan, some deep sea divers made an amazing discovery. And you ain't gonna believe what they found. Now nobody knows for sure who built these, but some people believe they're pre-Atlantean. They even found pyramids down there and other structures. These ruins are estimated to be over 3,000 years old, maybe even older.
Watch his face change. Tom
and
Cruise.
some other supporting guys, and then Tom Cruise walks in,
my God.
and even those guys are like, whoa, and he's super stoked to be there, you know, just like, yeah, oh, boom, you know, like, he's like,
Wow.
he's just immediately excited when he walks into a room, and so he comes over and he sits next to me, and I think he had been briefed on some of the supporting guys, but he was like trying to place me, you know, so he sat down next to me, and he's like, I love your work. And I went, oh, thanks. I love your work too, Tom Cruise. You know, like, thanks. and I go, yeah, you know, I'm friends with Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen, and they went to your house. And he went, yes. They did come to my house. And I said, Seth Rogen was like, you know, it was amazing. He has like a bike track in his backyard. It's phenomenal. and I did a Seth Rogen impression, and it was like I did a magic trick. Tom Cruise was like, yeah.
Wow.
And he points to me. Saturday Night Live. And I went, hey. It was like he won a game show. He was like, yeah, Tom.
This a reptilian, they be on the news. They live among society next to me and you. This a Pleiadian, they look like Caucasians. But they was in on the Great Earth invasion. This an Arcturian, they skin complexion blue. But they is no different from me and neither you. Man, this a great, this a little evil being. Some of them cool, I'll know it when I see them. This an insect, no, sometimes you gotta watch them. Cause if they get out of line, I gotta squash them. This a lion, look like lions, I ain't lying. They my dogs, they was next to me while fighting. This a draconian, they be invading planets. I'm tired of the evil ones, I motherfucking had it. We're with a Maya, descendant of Anunnaki. We straight from Sirius, so no nigga can stop me. We can't forget about them sexy ass mermaids. If I could swim, I'd fuck